Fear of darkness. What is the person who is afraid of darkness really afraid of? Is the darkness scary? Can darkness, which is the absence or lack of light, have any essence or substructure that can convey its scary aspect? The belief is that darkness is nothing, and fear actually returns to the person. A person is not afraid of the dark, but of their inability to see, and as a result, lack of control over the surroundings. One of the oldest human fears is the fear of the dark, in this sense. The apprehension of being attacked while vulnerable to an invisible danger. Aren't our night terrors a testament to those times? Wasn't the primary reason for civilization to depend on fire, apart from heating, the ability to illuminate a portion of it? The fear of darkness is often associated with ignorance, but can it be overcome by becoming aware? If darkness is seeing blackness, why are we scared of it? Isn't this fear the same as Parmenides' fear of nothingness? Can you see both internal and external nothingness, from the abyss of the subject to the abyss of the world? Here, we must strictly avoid falling into the trap of existentialist individualization of this fear. And from the channel of this question, why is a person more afraid of the dark in solitude than a person in a group? Contrary to popular belief, the crowd does not make a person brave, but more fearful and dependent. If a person is no longer afraid in a group, it is because the group has the power not to make them braver, but to distract the members. That is, the power to blind a person not to see colors, but precisely to not see darkness through the overemphasis of colors. Agamben says, in a brilliant piece of his book entitled What is the Contemporary? Darkness is not a negative concept, the absence of light, or something like blindness, but the result of the activity of dark-sided cells and the product of our retina. Observing these darknesses is a form of inertia, or it is not passivity, but it requires a special activity or capacity, which in this case, comes back to neutralizing the lights from which the radiance of the era comes from. But what he does not say is that darkness is not inherently different from light. The deep eye cannot see the darkness behind the light, but it must see the darkness within itself. This double vision is not the kind of blindness caused by staring at the light like snow blindness, but seeing the darkness of the light through its own channel. This is precisely the result of staring into the light itself, which makes everything appear dark. For example, remember when we stare directly at the sun. It is not important that the sun loses its initial brightness over time, but the important thing is that, for a while, everything else we look at seems blurry and invisible. Perhaps a more telling example than the metaphor of dark intraretinal cells or staring at the sun is the experience of ocular migraine. In this case, due to a sudden light factor, for example, a flash, the person sees sparks that start from the ears and then disrupt the whole vision. The important thing is that this disorder has nothing to do with the eye system itself, and is a brain phenomenon, which is caused by the light itself. The fear of darkness is more than the fear of darkness as a fearful object, even more than the fear of the abyss within a person, it is the fear of light itself. The person who is afraid of the dark is actually hiding his fear of all other things and relegating them to the dark. The fear of darkness is the fear of the whole world, the fear of all the forces that our world, instead of facing them, instead of eliminating them, has simply pushed them back and hidden them behind its alleged enlightenment with the aim of conquering their forces. This fear is the fear of all the monsters and demons that our culture has suffocated in the name of superstition. In Adorno's interpretation, it is the fear of the blinding light of enlightenment.